Hi lovely people, it's Carrie here. I'm back with another video. This time it's an Artist Alley vlog. I'm very excited to show you guys the very first day of this convention, Superstar Comic Con in Savannah, Georgia. This was the day before. We had a couple of hours to set up, but I live in Atlanta, so this was a several hour drive for me and my partner. So we're setting up as much as we can before everything closed. And the great thing about this convention was that they told us that the Artist Alley table was going to be 6 feet. The actual table ended up being 8 feet long. That's why you guys could see that my tablecloth doesn't fully cover it, which was a great thing. I'm very happy that they gave us a much bigger table. We weren't like sandwiched next to each other. As you guys can see, there was room between me and the person that was sitting next to me, that was tabling next to me, which was really nice. And there was a lot of space behind me, and it was just all to myself. I'm just so happy to show you guys the process of this, since this con was 2 days long. It was my latest one. I think it happened in September, and I really enjoyed it, and I got tons of cool footage for this first day. So I got a lot of help from my partner. You guys may see him a lot in my other studio vlogs, but this was the first vlog that I was super prominent in, and he helped me out a ton. As you guys can see, he's helping me out with like my photo display in the back, because I did not get a chance to do like a test like table setup like they did before, since if you guys saw my last vlog preparing for this convention, all I managed to make was like some more merchandise like keychains and tote bags. So it was such a huge help, since a lot of work goes into like tabling at these events. So that was how much I were able to get done the night before, so we were able to fully set up. To the hotel, we were watching Toradora. We finished it. It was really good. And another thing that we were watching was Dreamgirls. It was like streaming on the TV in the hotel, which was really nice. I really enjoyed it. It gave me a spark of inspiration. And then we woke up early the next day. My partner just lugging everything for me. I don't know how anyone can do these tibbling things alone. I've never done one alone. I usually have a friend or my partner, and oh man, the physical exertion is a lot, guys. But we came super early, and also I believe that this was the most prepared that I was for a convention, which you guys will see that it affected my mood. It meant that I had more social battery. You guys will see in a little bit that I had time to eat breakfast, which is really rare for me at these events. I don't usually have my ish together enough to have energy to barely do anything but just the bare minimum. So this really helped that we got a hotel for this. As I mentioned before, I'm local to Atlanta. Savannah, Georgia is actually on the other side of the state, so this was like several hours drive for us. That's why I got hotel the like night before, and watching this footage with you guys, I realized I messed up when my partner asked me to help with the photo stand, and it was a little bit crooked and he had to fix it. And I really appreciate him a lot. Like, he helped me get all the little right details in my table display, and which allowed me more time to focus on the little knickknacks on my table. As you guys can tell that I was not super prepared for this, especially since I didn't do a test table setup the night before. And even though it was great that the table was much bigger than expected, it also meant that my display also had to be changed slightly. So I had to find a way to arrange things where it doesn't look super overcrowded, like the boring things or the things that like my best sellers are at eye level, so that way people don't miss anything. So I spent a lot more time on designing. So all this, even though it's like it's a time lapse. This took like several hours to set up. I worked on it a little bit in an hour or so, an hour, a little bit more the night before, and then we woke up early and spent like another 2 hours. So it's like, I believe it was like 3 hours of just setting up, since I have so much like little stuff. And this time I actually brought some extra stuff from home, like my little grid basket for like my notebooks and my pencil case / makeup bags. And yeah, after my partner finished helping with my photo stand, I didn't know where to direct him, so I just like told him, oh, I got this. But that was a bad idea. I think if I was able to delegate much better, we would probably finish a bit faster. But regardless, I don't think it affected too much because we came early enough for this con. I don't remember the exact hours, but we had time for breakfast and to come back. Again, I could have done much better because you guys will see I did come in late enough not to get parking. Parking at this event wasn't too bad, which I'm thankful about. And also gotta mention, this convention was only 2 days long, so it was just Friday. No, it wasn't Friday. It was just Saturday and Sunday. So it wasn't like 3 days long that normal conventions are. So that meant like a little bit lower in table price. So I think it was around $180 something. So, but with like, since this con was still a bit farther away from me with lodging and like gas and food, my overheads are a little bit more, but this con was not a terrible con for me because I was able to like break even, but my profit margins were still very low. So that's why I was rushing to get this video out. So if you guys are enjoying anything so far, especially like my final table right here, please let me know what your favorite part has been so far in my table. It really helps out the algorithm to push this video to other people that might like it. As you guys know, being a YouTuber and selling my art is part of my income, so I would appreciate any type of support, big or small. And also my online shop is still up. I'm in the process of moving everything to my Ko-fi shop, but don't worry, that won't change anything too much for you guys. I'm gonna reroute my shop.Carritube domain to that, just because the web hosting for Shopify is just a little bit too much for me. But as you guys can see the close-up with the prints, and I forgot to mention another cool thing my partner did was to put my branding on the top of the photo display. Normally I have that on the tablecloth on the bottom, and it's hard for people to see, so that really helped. But yeah, time for breakfast. The hotel that I rented at had free breakfast. We were able to come back just in time to get that, and it was amazing. And that also meant that I had time to get ready and get into cosplay. You guys will see in a little bit of my cosplay that I'm wearing. And I'm just gonna say it. I cosplayed Miuichiko from Tokyo Mew Mew. I was a magical girl. I got this cosplay and I only wore it like 2 times. So like actually 1 time at least before this event, I was dying to wear it. So I had a lot of fun. The weather was great. My partner was also in cosplay. I'll show you guys a little bit. He was Spike Spiggle, and I say Spiggle because I'm just playing fun words. Spike Spiggle. Actually, I'm not even pronouncing it right, but Cowboy Bebop. He normally wears Cowboy Bebop for his cosplays. That's his like main cosplay, but this time like he doesn't have his big afro. So I want to show you guys little snippets from other vlogs of how his like full Cowboy Bebop cosplay is. But yeah, as I mentioned again, we did come a little late, but I'm glad that the convention had shuttles for us to take to the convention center, which was nice. And here's a little bit of the con. And we're here. Day 1 was actually pretty packed, which was good for business. And that also meant that I messed up by coming slightly late. I'm glad that this wasn't in a city where parking is horrendous like in Atlanta, I'm glad I was able to find parking because normally if you're slightly late at big cons like this, finding parking is not only expensive but a nightmare. And at this con, because had more energy, at least the first day, I had more energy to talk to people. The cosplay really helps, so let me just show you guys like some natural ambient sound of the interactions. I must interrupt here that I apologize. I was not able to get everyone's socials. I need to have a better system. Normally, when I have more time at conventions, I get people to write their usernames on top of the pictures that I took, but I didn't get a chance to do that this time. So I'll link as much people as I can in the description. But if you guys know any of these cosplayers, everyone I'm showing that I didn't link down below, please comment. I'll make sure to update the description with everyone's at. I didn't mean to. It's just I got really excited, and things were also really busy for me the first day. I'm really glad that I had my partner to take some of the orders for me. So if you guys met me at this con, he was doing a lot of the talking. Normally he is, but this con he did a lot, which helped me out a lot, and I was able to actually have fun and not just be kind of stuck in the artist alley and explore a little bit. I must say, this extroverted looking Carrie is not the norm. I'm an introvert. If you guys see some of my older studio vlogs, artist alley vlogs, you guys could know how much of a nervous wreck I've been. This is the most comfortable I felt. I was so happy. I think it also helped that I had time to get ready and do my makeup, so I felt really confident in my cosplay. A lot of people recognize my cosplay, which is really cool. Even though they don't know the exact show, they knew that I'm a magical girl, which really helped. And also I think mentality wise, I feel like wearing a magical girl cosplay, I was telling myself, I'm a magical girl, you could do this, you could talk to people. So that's how I personally overcame those fears the first day. But it only lasted the first day, trust me. The second day, that battery died. This was fun, but in retrospect, I realized to not do this in front of my table. Looking back at the footage, I realized there's some people that were walking by that wanted to see my table, but I created like a whole crowd. So I think I was actually hindering my business by doing that, but it is what it is. I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of cool people. My inner nerd jumped out at this con. There was like a lot of cosplayers that were cosplaying the things that I like. Like this one was super Sodico. Like there's certain cosplayer of things I like that I don't really see people cosplay. So I was like really happy. So it's like a balance of all things. So don't do what I do. Guys, don't do this. This is like a little bit too much. Do it in moderation. I wasn't like filming all day, so I didn't go too all out, but I did notice how it does affect my business, especially since this isn't a super local con for me, and I gotta make money at the end of the day to continue as a small business. I also messed up by stating that this was like a big con. This was like not a big con. I've been to Anime Week in Atlanta. That con is like one of the largest con in the southeast of the United States. This con wasn't that big, but I think that's also why I had the actual social battery to talk to people. It finally slowed down around this part, and my partner brought their like Game Boy. Back to the point that this con is not very big. I don't believe that the attendance crossed over 10,000 people. Like you weren't like packed like sardine, which was like a good and bad thing. So that's also why that this con wasn't a great con for a lot of other people. So I'm part of the Artist Alley Network Discord where your other artists didn't perform too well. So that's something to keep in mind if you want to invest into this convention as a business. For me, since like cons are like not my main full-time gig, it wasn't too bad. I'm just happy that I was able to break even and like bring in a little bit of profit, because it's like my last couple of events were like not very good.
You guys can just interact and casual.
This was one of the artists that I connected with at this event. It was actually thanks to this other artist that came up to me. I'm usually really shy at connecting with other artists at cons, so when somebody comes to me, it's so scary to go out of my way and talk to people because I don't want to be bothering anyone. But yeah, back to the talk of like what is considered profitable or not profitable at con is very subjective to who you're talking to. So that's why when I say this con was a good con for me, doesn't mean that this con made livable income and wages for me. So I wanted to clear that up. People's definition of what a good con is for them may vary depending on this is like their full-time gig. This is just part of the many things that I do as an artist to survive. Here's a little bit of my partner connecting with this other artist, helping them out with their table. They were super cool. So here's the interaction I filmed, like touring their table.
Wow, your table looks so cool. Oh my god, it's so colorful. You just need like a big sign, but wow, the Naruto sign. Wait, yes. Do you have a sign where? Oh no, this is. I'm gonna zoom in.
Here's another artist that I connected with as well. I'll leave everyone's socials down below. Everybody was so cool, nice and talented. And that wraps up the very first day of the con. I'm splitting this into a little mini series. So here's a preview of day 2 of the con, and I'll catch you guys next week. Bye.